in the back, jacket's what I like, cause I don't get off on none of that whack. Now I'll blow your mind, guaranteed to please every time. I got more finesse than the Pony Express, I got more soul and I'll go to the hole. I got more gold than Fort Knox, so come on and rock with your jock in the box.
Hope springs eternal at the Goodwill. These are usually very short visits. Go to the media, find nothing. So that was a tease. As you saw, I found the Robert Krew Strong Persuader and the Jackson Browne record. There was an Alta Nova record in there too. Most of the rest was the usual, but the Krew and the Jackson Browne were too scratched to buy. Hunt for Super Wolf. Hunt's Thrift. Alright, so we have another Goodwill that we'll be checking out in a different part of this town. It's not open yet, but this Cowboy Jim's is an indoor flea market that's going to be open in about 40 minutes. I don't know what Naples merchandise is, but maybe it's something. Who knows? Alright, let's see if we can find the Super Wolf at Cowboy Jim's. This place is crazy. This place is a disaster. This will probably be a waste of time. Okay, so if you were wondering what the story was with this Cowboy Jim's, I caught this place. It's basically transitioning the kind of business it is. When I found it online, it was advertised as an indoor flea market. I get there and you see what was inside. There was only a handful of booths left. Nobody had records. And you saw all the pallets and stuff. Basically what they're doing is Cowboy Jim's is being transitioned from the indoor flea market to the pick-a-bin style of place. The pick-a-bin is where they restock the place once a week. Then the first day it's open, everything is a certain price, say $10, and then the price drops each day. So people will go on the first day to try to find things that are bargains even at the most expensive price. And then finally, maybe the last day where the things are absolutely the cheapest. All the good stuff's been cherry picked, but maybe when it's down to $1 or $2, there's something still there. But it's not really useful for me as a record collector, so Cowboy Jim's ended up being a bust. Alright, this is going to be our last chance to find something in a thrift store. Super Wolf, maybe you're hiding here. Let's see if we can find you in here. Okay, this is not looking very promising. Lots of 8-tracks. I'll let you know if I find anything. Okay, so City Thrift was a complete bust. The best thing I found was a Rod McEwen record. I'm not Chris Profi. I'm going to go get some coffee. Okay, so this is going to be the little postage-sized downtown record store called Eye Curiosities. I didn't do any filming inside while I was there, but I'll tell you the story about what I found in there. And that's literally, I mean, you can see that back wall back there. That's as far back as it goes. Okay, so the story about Eye Curiosities. So it's this tiny little independent record store here in downtown Wolfsville. So after I couldn't find Super Wolf in any of the antique malls or any of the thrift stores, I decided to visit this proper record store. I didn't do any video inside because the place was tiny and I was talking to the owner the entire time. A man probably in his 60s. It's really a postage sized place. I guess I could have said, oh, I'm making a YouTube video, can I film? But I just chose not to. I was chatting with the guy and looking through some of his records. He did have some 45s. Most of his 45s were on sale for 50% off. And you'll see me show the 45s I bought a little bit later. He was also playing some local music in the in the record store, and that ended up being by a group that his grandson is in, and I ended up buying a single by them, and that's going to get described later on as well. And then I did ask him about Super Wolf, so I guess he has met the guy. I heard he's not in great health right now. He didn't have Super Wolf Can Do It. That's the song I've been featuring the last few weeks. But he did show me a Super Wolf single from 1983, which apparently is even rarer and costs about $75 to buy. So I ended up not buying it. One, it was not really the song I was looking for. I'm trying to find it in the wild. I would really like to find it for a couple bucks in a thrift store or flea market sort of situation rather than paying full retail, full Discogs sort of price. So it turns out that the hunt for Super Wolf was semi-unsuccessful, but I had fun on the trip. I bought several records, and in the last little segment, we'll show you the singles that I got here at Eye Curiosities. Okay, so the singles we got James Brown single. There you go on the King label. Get Up, I Feel Like a Sex Machine. Part 1 on one side, Part 2 on the other side. Custom label with good old James on there. We got some our recent birthday girl, August 29th birthday girl, Michelle Indigo Cello. And so, who is he and what is he to you? And Leviticus Faggot as the B-side. And you can see there's the little jukebox strip that goes with that. We got this picture sleeve here. Although I don't understand this, I thought with Cheap Trick, I thought the two cute guys were on one side and the two dorky guys were on the other, but all four of them are on the same side. So that's a picture sleeve for the Flame. All three of those were actually 50% off. And then finally, so the owner's grandson is this guy, Hunter Cross. And then, so he's a guitarist, vocalist, songwriter. Then the young woman in the picture, her name is Cameron Briley, who plays bass and provides vocals as well. And so they have a band called the Skeleton Krew, which the Skeleton Krew, a southern gothic beatnik psych rock duo who are young, hungry, and not wasting any time. So side A is called Shy, side B is called Lucia's Lullaby. This was released in, I think, 2019. They'd had an album then as well. And then I looked on their social media, I couldn't find anything about them, but apparently now they're just recording under the name Hunter Cross, who came out with an album this year. This is the only thing I have by them. If I can find like a YouTube link or something, I'll link you up.